Hi there, I'm Jack Van Ryn, Mayor of the Town of Coaldale. I will be giving you a council brief from our regular council meeting that was held February 20th, 2024. And the first item on the agenda, under delegation by appointment, we had our staff sergeant from the Coaldale RCMP detachment present to Town Council regarding the reporting period from October 1st to December 31st, 2023. And as always, Staff Sergeant gives us a very in-depth report. So I'll touch on a few of the items here, but I'll have his presentation material as part of the agenda package that I'll have in a comment section. So again, not only with this item, but all the items that I'll be talking about, we will have the full staff reports as part of the agenda package that I'll have the link to in the comment section of this video. So the Staff Sergeant touched on a few items that were of particular interest to me and a little disturbing as well. And we did comparables between 2022 and 2023. And one of the items that caught my attention was the under petty theft. And that includes items like break and enter, theft of a motor vehicle, theft over 5,000, theft under 5,000, possession of stolen goods, fraud, arson, mischief, those kinds of items. But the big one is the theft under and over $5,000. So in 2022, we had 290 cases of that. And in 2023, we had 344. So that's a 19% increase. So I found that a little alarming. And in Coaldale, 90% or 95% or higher of that are where the break and enters, where individuals are going into people's backyards, stealing lawnmowers and those kinds of things. And a lot of them are repeat offenders. And in speaking with the staff sergeant, he explained, like yesterday for Family Day, we had our pancake breakfast put on by the food bank. Mike had every intention of attending, but they had a stolen vehicle that came from Pitcher Butte, and they caught the individual or individuals in Coaldale. So RCMP were busy with that. So he explained the whole procedure on what they have to do once they arrest the individual. They caught him with the vehicle, and so they take him to jail. And the staff sergeant says not only in this case, but in many, many other cases because of the judicial system the way it is now, by the time they're finished their paperwork on the file, the culprits have already been released on bail. So to me, that makes no sense, but that's something that we have to pressure our judicial system. You know, for repeat offenders, why would they let these people out again? They should keep them in jail, but that's not my call, obviously. Another item that was quite disturbing was the impaired driving. So in 2022, there was 12, and in 2023, there was 28, so 133% increase, which I thought was significant. And the staff sergeant attributed that to now they can have anybody stop anybody and have them blow on the spot without cause. And obviously that's working to get impaired drivers off the road. And motor vehicle collisions in 2022, there was 82. And in 2023, there was 90 motor vehicle collisions. And for arrests involving drugs, there was 120% increase. In 2022, there were 5, and in 2023, there were 11. And even though the percentage increase seems high, based on the amount of arrests, 5 in 2022, and again 11 in 2023. And then the rest of these stats, they will be as part of the agenda, like I mentioned earlier. So I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time on going into any further ones. And I encourage you to review those. The next item that we had was under agenda item 6.1, a business arising from the minutes. This was regarding an expropriation approval. And this was regarding a piece of property that's Plan 6476AA, Block 12, Lot 6. And this was pursuant to the Area Redevelopment Plan Bylaw 878-P-09-23 of the Municipal Government Act. And it was decided that council direct legal counsel to commence the expropriation process for the purpose of obtaining the property legally described as Lot 6, Block 12, like I just mentioned, and to send correspondence to the owner. So following the 21-day notification period associated with the expropriation, there was a request by administration that council approve the expropriation of the subject lands as presented, and the motion was passed at our council meeting this afternoon. The next item is under agenda item 7.1 under bylaws and policies, and this was regarding a land use rezoning bylaw 885-P-02-24 regarding first reading. And this was regarding an application that had been made to redesignate the portion of lands legally described as Plan 09-13811, Block 2, Lot 72, from Highway Commercial to Direct Control to accommodate the request to have a cannabis retail store. And the physical location of this is 2507 21st Avenue. So that is right next to Chop Leaf. And as part of this process, before council can go to the next step and have a public hearing and have public input into the decision on this, we have to pass first reading. So council did pass first reading of the rezoning bylaw, and that sets the stage for a public hearing date and time as March the 11th at 5:05 p.m. So there'll be notifications going out in the local newspaper. It'll be on the Town of Coaldale website. And this is regarding the property where someone is seeking to establish a use of a cannabis retail store that first needs to be zoned to direct control. And this is something that'll come up at our future meeting at the public hearing. So stay tuned for that. There'll be opportunity for people to send in their comments either for or against. And then there also will be opportunity for people to speak at the public hearing again on March the 11th. Then, under new business, agenda item 8.1, the Cottonwood Drive traffic calming curbs. And this is a result of some research that our administration team has done in a combination of doing surveys, talking with residents. And the objective of the staff report was to request council's approval for the installation of traffic calming curbs at the mid-block crossing along Cottonwood Drive between Highway 845 and 21st Street, with the intent to reduce the speed of motorists and improve pedestrian safety. So the initial traffic calming pilot project was presented to council in May of 2021, and the intent at the time was to formalize a traffic calming policy that would be utilized to standardize how citizen-led traffic calming requests are handled to ensure a fair and justified methodology is followed for the decision making. Despite a pause due to staff turnover, administration intended to bring council a finalized policy in 2024, with the initiative in this report being used as a guide in finalizing the framework. So anybody that lives in Cottonwood, when you come off of 845, you go not even a half a block and there's a pedestrian crossing right there. And they wanted to put in these traffic calming curbs, and as part of the staff report that'll be part of the agenda package, I'll have a link that shows what was done in Calgary, and the City of Calgary actually won an engineering award for this initiative, and it increased the safety of pedestrians by 17%. The study shown as far as slowing traffic down. So there was lots of discussion amongst council. Some members of council, instead of doing the curbs, they talked about doing speed bumps. And then there was discussion about how the residents that live in Cottonwood, there's the drivers that follow the rules of the road. Why should they have to go over speed bumps to and from work? And there's the visitors to Cottonwood and that speed along Fairway Drive. There's residents in Cottonwood that speed along Fairway Drive. So they were trying to find a solution, a starting point of what they could do to slow down traffic. So our Director of Infrastructure and Manager of Community Policing, Mark Anderson, did an excellent job on presenting on what this would look like. But unfortunately, council did not like the idea. Majority of council, I should say, there was members of council that were in favor of doing it as a pilot project. So there was a motion that came out of the discussion that administration would come back to council with more information in the near future. And even though they've already met with concerned residents that have put in numerous speeding complaints, council wanted to have more information. So there was a motion passed that council table the request pending the receipt of additional information. So this has been a long process for Dustin. He took lead on this along with Mark Anderson. So I'm hoping that we can find a happy medium where council can make a final decision on this request by staff. Then the next item that came up was under departmental reports under agenda item 9.1, and that was presented by our Director of Growth and Investment and Deputy CAO, Cameron Mills. And the point of this staff report was to provide council and the general public with the apartment vacancy and rental cost survey recently published by the Policy Planning and Analytics Branch Housing Division of the Alberta Government Department of Seniors, Community and Social Services. And basically it was a comprehensive study of rental and vacancy rates of multifamily dwellings in Alberta's rural communities, including the town of Coaldale. And the survey provided important data about the relative accessibility of rental housing in rural communities across the province. And overall, rural communities increased province-wide in line with the province-wide decrease of vacancy rates from 11.5% in 2022 to 5.4% in 2023, with 91.1% of the units responding to the survey, a significant sample being at 91.1. The vacancy rate of Coaldale is shown at 0%. And we all know that anybody wanting to relocate to Coaldale and hoping to rent, they're having difficult times with trying to find a place that's available. And now with the recent announcement from McCain's that they're going to be doubling in size, that's going to be nearing 280 more job opportunities there. And all these workers need a place to live. So we're hoping to have many of them stay in Coaldale. So we're doing our best to encourage development where we can mitigate some of these housing concerns. Then we had, under council and committee reports, we had Councillor Jason Avery present on the Municipal Planning Commission. He is a council member on that board or commission, as myself, I should say, and Councillor Dale Pickering. And he brought us up to date with what's been going on with Municipal Planning Commission. And what we do is every month we have one member of council give a verbal update or report on one of the committees that they sit on. So it's an excellent way for other members of council to find out what's going on. Other than that, we went through information items. We had 4 items. We had one thing that we did at our last council meeting was request, again, these committees that members of council sit on. Sometimes we don't hear anything about what's going on with these committees other than what the member of council does as part of their verbal update. So now we requested from each one of these groups to send in their minutes of their meetings to our municipal clerk, and then she'll in turn attach it to an agenda that members of council can go through, and also our residents, when they look at the agenda package, they can see what's going on. And for example, at our meeting today, we had the minutes from the Southern Alberta Canadier Association. That's a Low German committee with Low German residents. We also had South Grow. We also had Coaldale Public Library and the Lethbridge Regional Management Services Commission. So those are all very interesting committees, as all the others are. And here's an opportunity for you to look at the minutes and see what's being discussed. Other than that, that was the open portion of the meeting. And again, I'll have everything in the comment section with a link that will take you to our iCompass platform. That's where we have all the agenda packages available for the general public. And you can also look at previous meeting minutes, but I'll have the one from February 20th on there again in the comment section. So if there's any questions, comments that come out of what you're watching this video, or you read in the agenda package, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll have my contact information at the end of this video, my email, my phone number. Please feel free to reach out anytime. Same thing goes for other members of council. If you go to the Town of Coaldale website and under government, they'll have the members of council's email addresses where you can reach out to each one individually, or you can do it as a group. And we always look forward to interacting with our residents. And if you see me on the street, feel free to stop me, have a discussion. We can go for coffee, give me a phone call, send me an email, where all of us are available. So other than that, I look forward to coming across our residents. I had lots of fun yesterday with Family Day, as did other members of council. For lunch, we served 1,000 hot dogs. That was a record for us, and it was great to interact with the many families. And thank you to everybody that participated in the many events that we put on. And we're looking for feedback on that as well. I know there's always concerns about the long lines for face painting and such, but that's what happens when you have a very popular event and lots of people come out to it. So that's a very good thing. So again, we're always looking for feedback, so make sure that you reach out to us with that as well. So other than that, have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.